And good evening. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell, and tonight we're going to do part 4 of Dead Space, the 2008 EA space-themed survival horror mashup of Resident Evil 4, Gears of War, and a lot of other games beside. Kind of got a little bit of a System Shock 2 customization vibe too. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. Let me just kind of drop this a little bit, because I've noticed that as the stream goes on, even though I start with kind of posture up here, I kind of tend to slouch, because that's what you do when you play games. So that's fine. So yeah, Isaac just finished, oh god, what did he do? He just finished that whole bridge deck scenario, and he's on to the next phase of his horrific adventure. We died twice to asteroids, and yeah, we'll see where our luck takes us this time. Whew. For the pregame show, so this was a lovely surprise. Oh, hold on, it's all the way over here. I gotta say, this is a fantastic thing to discover. I was digging through a pile of books and I found this, which I've mentioned previously on the stream, and then I looked inside and I was like, what? Look at this. I've almost finished it. And for a book that you might come back around and rediscover, to find that there is something that you have almost finished that is of length, and realizing that in the amount of time that you might normally give an attention span or priorities or whatever interrupts your flow, given the amount of time that you might give to how much of a book you can read in a single burst, there's enough here to finish. And that is a good feeling. So, that's good. It's going to get back into Toynbee, probably my favorite early 20th century Western historian of civilizations. Other than that, general intake has been slow, so still on the Diary of Chuji's Travels, but having made some headway into it, able to watch it in like 30 to 45 minute bursts. I've got some really neat scenes here, in particular, ways that the setting is set up. So let me kind of move some things around here on my desktop so I can see my notes and also what I'm looking at. There we go. So yeah, Diary of Chuji's Travels. This is the title card, which those who are returning might recognize from last time. So yeah, so the first, sort of like the second major episode, takes place in a town that brews sake. That's kind of its main commerce. And so the setting that the director, Ito Daisuke, this Diary of Chuji's Travels is a 1927 black and white Japanese samurai movie. Indeed, as all samurai movies in the 1920s tended to be. Yeah, so he takes it takes place in a sake brewery town, and these large barrels, these large vats are apparently part of the process. I don't know anything about sake brewing, but this seems relevant. And he uses this sort of yard where these are set up to dry as a setting for a lot of different scenes. And as you can tell, there's a lot of possibilities for dynamism here in these shots. Here, for example, I mean, it's you get to see the rows of them, and there is a sort of dynamism as they kind of come toward the viewer and then veer off to the side, and the diagonals sort of arching in different directions, and that's all quite beautiful. And oh yeah, this is another one. This shot is held for, I want to say, about 5 to 10 seconds, and easily half of the screen, it's perfectly split right down the middle, is taken with the interior of a barrel sort of dominating the whole thing. And these guys in the background are participating in part of the sake brewing process. They're kind of tugging up and down to some ropes, which are churning a thing, and it's a little bit beyond me what they're doing exactly, but these are all apparati for brewing sake. And yeah, it's like this whole scene takes place with half the barrel dominating the visuals. It's like I kind of feel like Ito like he kind of knew there was something really evocative and a lot of really dynamic potential with what he could do with these props, and just went wild and took advantage of it in all sorts of compositions. That is really cool. It's really neat to see somebody doing something with an artifact like that is fueled by enthusiasm and a good eye, rather than necessarily justifying it more than they need to. I can't find what I detect from this use of the prop is mainly enthusiasm rather than too much thematic obsession. But he does use it to good effect, because a lot of times this sort of yard with the barrels is often used for encounters, social encounters, and the like. And when he wants to convey tension, he kind of uses this row shot, and it's really interesting because this creates the impression of being very crowded. Because even there, you see her, there's a lot of space in between these barrels, but what she's doing is she's sort of pushing herself up against them to kind of slide along. And it creates the impression of being very crowded, but it's also utterly unpopulated. There's something even almost apocalyptic about it. Like there's this sort of just monumental presence that she's contending with. And anyway, these shots are used to convey moments of tension. This is setting up a future tragedy. And also different angles on them, kind of like showing them more head-on, where the balance and the roundness of the open mouths is the dominant shot. This is used to sort of convey characters in repose, in thought and reflection. As she is here, she's no longer going to meet somebody; she's thinking about the interaction. So we have more of a rounder, sort of gentler visual kind of field of view, and also here as well. This would be her father walking among them. This is the rear side of the barrels. And again, a shot head on, where sort of calmed by the circles that are sort of the dominant, the dominant shape. And so just kind of using a lot of potential there. This is a really cool shot. This is really neat. This is a children's game that's being played, and Ito does something fascinating with this that I just absolutely love. So the children's game is the main action. It's the thing that's moving around, but you see they only take the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and even that they're kind of clipped out of it a little bit. In the upper right, there's the sake barrel, and it's framed on the right with that staff. So it just leaves the ground there as the main view. And what's fascinating about this, what I love about this, is it's tempting to think that because there are no objects there, that the ground is somehow empty space. But the way the shadows are played along the ground from the kids, there's this sort of like zebra striping that's going on there. And when you kind of take a second and look at it, it's not that it's unpopulated. It's actually doing as much work visually and dynamically and kinetically as everything else in the shot. It's just given a sort of visual prominence, because the thing about negative space is it has to be kind of big, right, for it to have a kind of impression and for you to know it as negative space. And that's what this does. This does negative space just beautifully. What is empty is doing as much work as what is filled, and that's awesome. And this is also cool, like a silent film technique. A lot of times these sort of placards are given their own. Oh, hello, cat. These cards are given their own placards, right? And to kind of convey and maintain the dynamism of this, rather than give it its own card, he actually superimposes it on top of the film, which he does very rarely, and it's a very deliberate technique. I think that's really cool to maintain the speed of how you're imagining these words going. And hold on a second, I gotta get this cat. Yo, go on, kiddo. All right. And one last thing on these barrels here. Something else that he does, which is really cool for a scene transition. So just to kind of set up what's happening here. The kids are playing their game. Chuji, who is our hero, who is on the right there, is approached by a child who is not playing. The child complains that the other kids won't let him play because he gets his left and right mixed up. And so Chuji decides to help him by buying treats for him, which he will then give to his friends and then enter their good graces, and he'll have another chance to play. So that's what's happening here, but the way that the scene ends is really cool. It cuts away from him and cuts to the barrel. Again, like the shadows are just doing a lot of work here. And if you look at the balance of the curves in the grain of the wood and the perspective and the shadows in the scene, it's all very balanced, and it cuts away from them. So you see him lifting the child up in silhouette. and pointing, and it's almost as if like it's as if like the way this scene is structured is specifically just to be very attractive and to be very compelling, and I like that a lot. It's very interesting that the dynamic moment is not seen directly by the viewer but implied by the shadows that are there, and I think that's cool. It actually winds up doing a lot more work that way. And the last thing to look at here, so this is a really neat use of cuts to convey emotion and time. This is, just for context on the scene here, this is kind of a classic Shakespearean moment. She is in love with Chuji. A letter appears addressed to him from somebody implying that he is in love with a courtesan, and her heart is broken, and she's sort of dealing with a sense of betrayal and feeling foolish that she entrusted her heart to somebody who's, you know, with another. And so that's kind of the setup. So here she is looking at the letter, and she tears it up, and this is all one unbroken shot. Then it fades and cuts to the letter having been burnt, so we don't actually see her doing anything. It's just the effects, the sort of timestamps of the experience, in a sense. And so we see the letter then having been burnt, and then there's this long held shot of her face as she is kind of reflecting. She's kind of looking at the letter and then looking up, so she's moving on from realizing the situation to action. And then, as it goes to the end, it cuts really quickly to this, just a completely different facial expression. And this happens for like maybe a quarter of a second. It's very subtle. And then it goes here to her sitting there. She has been sitting there all evening. It is now night. So just over the course of about 5 to 10 seconds, let's see, I gotta go back here. Over the course of 5 to 10 seconds, we see her going from realizing this, which happens maybe early evening, afternoon, to the high points of the experience, two very different states and a very brief moment of shock and regret, and then the very end where she is sort of still captivated by the loss. And so much time has passed, so you know exactly what her night was like emotionally, and it does all this with a few shots, and they're just sort of structured so well, and it's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, with that, then we can move on to Dead Space Part 4. Let's see, there we go. Let me get the TV switched over. Good evening, Iceman Dan. It's good to see you. Get chat up here. Oh, that is not logging. What is happening? Yeah, actually the same Japanese silent film. As a matter of fact, it's been a busy few days. I haven't had time to, to watch something new. Actually, I've been slowly making my way through that particular movie. I've been able to watch it in like 30-minute bursts, and it's about an hour and a half long. So yeah, it's kind of making my way through it. Oh, I don't think I realized that they do the creepy twinkle twinkle little star demented children's song aesthetic there. I'm also noticing, if you look at those three images on the upper left, they appear to be connected to the camera. If you notice how they enlarge and drop as I drop the camera, and how they shrink and go up. That's interesting to me because I'm used to this kind of technique, basically letting you look at fixed objects around and not having their motion attached to the camera's movement. That's really neat. Yes, it does take a bit longer if you're breaking it down shot by shot. Ever since I started doing this on stream, I'd intended to create a personal diary of these things because I really like the way these stories are told visually. I think there is much to contribute to a poetic aesthetic, actually, and it actually matches the way that I write my own poems, which is heavy imagery rather than necessarily a lot of exposition. And so the fact that it is so image heavy, and so that fact that it does communicate so much with the implied associations between images, speaks very much to what I do on my own. So I'd intended to create like a personal diary of this stuff, and I realized that I'm just never going to find the time to do that. So by piggybacking that on top of the stream, I'm able to meet that goal, and also do something a little neat for those who are interested. And I know you are interested in these movies, as are a few other people, so for whatever reason of good fortune, I've managed to find a good audience for exactly that. So, it's nice when things align. Unlike the main menu and that bar, so if you look at this is a small thing, but so you look at the sort of diagonal line at the top of that main menu UI, and I hit load game, and it's just a little off the window that pops up. And that's strange to me. So here we are, Chapter 5, Lethal Devotion. This is, oh, that's right. So the last time we played this, we were being chased by the unitologist scientist's child of the future who is to replace humankind. I blast it and blast it and blast it, and it regenerates its limbs. And it's kind of a stalker puzzle boss. And I remember that's where I am, and that's actually who I hear grunting in the background. Do I? Thought I heard him grunting. But maybe not. Let's see, what does my ammo look like? Not terrible, but not the best. Is that sellable? That is sellable. Or saleable, as I mentally, whenever I read S-A-L-A-B-L-E, in my head it is saleable, but every time I try to pronounce it, my mouth will not agree and says sellable. Sellable, sellable, salable. And I think that by meditating on that, I think I borked some narrative level designer's dramatic moment, because I completely stood in the doorway while the tense music played. So, let's see. No, it's the same head. Can I knock this thing over? Huh. Yeah, it's the same head inside everything. Which, I mean, is fine. I don't expect a unique face every time. But, yeah. Medium air can suggests I will be in space soon.
First on log, Dr. Chalice Mercer. The specimen continues to respond well to my experiments. Its cellular fortitude, not to mention elasticity, is remarkable. Dr. Kine, I'm sure, would disapprove. But I do not anticipate that issue, as the good doctor is busying himself with the marker. As if that matters now. He has also succumbed to the same dementia that afflicted the colony. Only yesterday he told me he had spoken to his wife. But Amelia Kine has been dead for some years. My subject grows restless. Patience. Your time is soon. Very soon.
This is a sort of a tyrant problem, like Wesker's tyrant from Resident Evil 1, where you have the mad scientist who creates the Frankenstein monster, and they clearly have moments of passive, almost domestic interactions that you find out about in the past, where the monster is kept under control, and then in a moment of tension, usually dramatic, usually in front of the main character, the monster goes wild and kills them, and that's it. And it's those moments of relative peace beforehand, whether the monster is restrained or not, that that interest me, because the monster is always able to break from its bonds fairly easily, and then, you know, sort of menace its maker. And yeah, I don't think I have a point in that, but those moments are dramatically interesting to me. see. It is time to write in our fancy script. Sometimes think it would be neat. This is often a feature that would probably take the back seat in terms of priority, but it would be neat if there were like not just one alien script in which everything is written, but competing alien scripts. Like you know, the alien script equivalent of writing on the walls in Roman characters and Cyrillic and then Chinese and that sort of thing. So I think that would be neat.
Adding sample 9797 to chemical compound. Final mixing required.
All right.
That's it, Isaac. Now you just need to...
This has gone far enough. Accept your part in the God's plan. Embrace your own extinction.
Warning. Life support system failure on medical deck.
Hell with
Please
that.
evacuate immediately.
Isaac, he's decompressed the entire deck, and I'm being locked out of those systems. All the air has been vented into space. You should be able to bring it back online from the security station, but you don't have much time.
Alright, there's my security station. Am I going to be attacked by something in zero oxygen? I highly suspect I am. Let me see, where's my air tank? There's one down. That's good. Evening, Ark. It's good to see you. Yeah. That was less than impressive. Alright, let's help Isaac out here. Isaac sounding like me when I was in high school without my inhaler. Ah, Jesus Christ, there are things in here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, wow, whiff. That is, alright, yeah, these are clearly not enemies to be fought.
You've got everything you need to make the poison. Now get back to the chemistry lab.
What are you going to do? Do it fast. You can hardly breathe.
You're cutting out, Hammond. I'm gonna try to switch over. Shit. I lost the signal. I'll continue scanning for his location. You have to get that compound mixed.
Alright. That went better than, by all rights, I feel it should have, given the grade of enemies that were in front of me. But I guess I did the smart thing by panicking. Yes. I will sell. And now I will buy. I have a level 3 suit. I do. I recognize that face. It's interesting. The little icon there looks like my mask. I mean, obviously it is, because it is, but it has some of the shadowing and lighting removed, so it actually looks like maybe a 3D graphic software program's unshaded, unlighted version of the mask, rather than what shows up in game with that level of detail. So I feel like this might not be what I actually want. So let's just put that back over there until future notice, and let's go ahead and buy another power node. And with that I can upgrade my health and save myself some heartache. How are you tonight, Ark? Also, how are you, Iceman Dan? I'm grateful and chagrined that that I managed to overlap the availability of two folks who wind up pushing their day's schedule to the limits to catch as much of this as they can. So I'm very grateful that both of you have shown up. Is that gonna happen again, or is that just a that's just a jump scare?
I've got more intel on the atmosphere. A survivor's report says a massive creature entered the hydroponics deck from outside the ship. That's when the air quality began degrading. The survivor called it the Leviathan.
I gotta say, I respect the brass that it takes to kind of look at your jump scare options and you know what? Let's just slam a door in their face. Oh, was your Thanksgiving earlier this week? I seem to remember, and I don't know if I'm making this up, but it seems to make sense. I think their Canadian Thanksgiving is earlier in November. Am I right on that? Or am I making something up to fit what I have heard you say? Yes, go synthesize yourself a coffee. Yeah. Always gotta say, the necromorphs are one thing, but easily the number 2 source of regenerating limbs in this place are debris bodies respawning after the area reloads. October, right. I do also know that it is October in Canada as it is in America, so that just in case my statement just now that it is November suggested otherwise. I do in fact know that. Okay, you're still out, right? Yeah, you're still out. I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. Were you, It's true. It's true. We North Americans did not consult each other on when these would line up. Oh wow, I'm back here, back where I was initially jumped by this guy.
Processing request. Please stand by. Final mixing complete. Please remove the capsule.
Poison capsule.
Let's hope that poison works. Head back to the tram station and get up to hydroponics as fast as you can. Still no response from Hammond, so be careful. There's no telling how contaminated that deck is.
I'm beginning to truly admire your spirit, misplaced as it may be. I think you should see the whole plan. You should not spurn the hive mind's offerings. You deserve to witness that at least.
Nice, Mandan. Were you able to travel for family, or is that because I unfortunately when United States Thanksgiving rolls around, I will be spending time with family who is here rather than going back to my home region because of Delta variant considerations. Let's see, what is in here? I do like these locker designs. And I'm also really interested in the thought... Oh wow, that's cool. Look at that. When I shine my light on the little sea things, they turn green. That's really interesting. I wonder if that implies there's some sort of hypercolor thing going on there, or what. But yeah, I'm interested in... Like, many games do this. And I'm wondering if there is a thought behind this, or if this is just convention. But when you have a row of lockers, right, like this, right, and only some of them open, and there are no conditions under which these will open. Metal Gear Solid 2 does this too. There are some lockers you can only punch, and then the door caves inward. And like, is this to make the lockers that are there more special? Because functionally, if you're like, okay, we should only have 4 lockers, you could just put 4 lockers here. And while that would be less visually interesting, would at least be economical. So I don't know. I can think about it from a number of different angles, but I'm wondering if there's like a set of central thoughts behind that. Gotcha. Well, that's excellent. I'm very happy for you. So he's kind of assessing what's in here. Oh, I see him. Actually curious what his idols are. If I had something with a scope, this would be an excellent time to kind of take a look. He's got dust off the shirt. We're making awkward eye contact. He's got scratch behind the ear, dust off the shirt. Oh, you know, he's just got fleas, that's all. That's alright. Everyone who has a cat experiences that at least once.
Must continue. Will continue. I, Dr. Charles Mercer, shall serve as the catalyst to the salvation of our species. These specimens will return to Earth with me. I will spread their divine glory across the entire planet. I will leave you with my creation. Embrace it.
Yeah. I have a feeling that... Yeah. Nope. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Dude, I said line gun. Okay, cool. What? No, buddy. I totally tried to shoot you with the stasis thing. Ugh. Oh, wow. Slice. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, the local libraries around here, the King County libraries used to do things like that. As a matter of fact, I was up here, I moved to this region in 2016. I was up here for PAX in 2014, and when I was kind of scoping the place out to decide, you know, do I want to live here? Oh, hi. So, I'm pretty sure, yeah, anyway, I checked out the local libraries, which is, of course, my, my gauge for, am I doing this? And, they were having, they had a few kind of like Ghibli, movie festivals, and that was the point where I'm like, oh wow, their libraries take their role as cultural guardians seriously. I am in it to win it. I guess that hurts too. Oh no, 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 he's unfrozen. Oh! So, I feel pretty sure I gotta do something with him in this chamber here. Seems like a puzzle boss, as most infinite bosses are. Ah, he unfroze. Oh wow, that hurt a lot. So now the question is, oh, I can access here. I get it. I see what I gotta do. I gotta freeze him, and then dismember him, and then go in there. So now I can push a button, probably hurt him in some way. Yeah.
Freezing cycle successful. Transporting patient.
Oh wow, it's a one and done.
Let's just hope that's the last we see of that thing.
All right.
I've managed to override.
It was easier than I thought it was going to be.
lockdown. There's a secondary tram station nearby, and you can take it to hydroponics. Let's just hope there's enough time.
Wonder, do I get to see him? Oh yeah, there he is. There's our fella. Oh god, Grave with the Fireflies. Grave with the Fireflies was the very first, that was the second Studio Ghibli movie I'd ever seen. The first one was My Neighbor Totoro, and was not prepared for what I was to encounter. I found, yeah, I bet I still have this in my file somewhere. I found when I was, see, I would have been in undergrad at the time. I went to the main campus of my university. Their library had a back journal of the Japanese literature journal that had a translation of the original story that Grave of the Fireflies was based on. And yeah, the movie takes some structural liberties with the story to kind of make the dramatic moments a little punchier, but it's still essentially the same story. That's I think I'll go take a look for that. I'd like to watch Totoro again. I guess there's nothing stopping me, is there? Oh, hey, did this just loop me back in a circle? No, it didn't. This is a whole new area. Bonitica, the world you never knew. Solace Center. Like the most dour name for any kind of, I don't know, deep space comfort. Solace is for grief. So, I have not seen the mad scientist get his comeuppance. And this is interesting because he said that he wanted to show me the full vision, that I was deserving of it, and then he changed his mind and said that I was going to die to his creation. So I'm wondering which of those versions he's going to commit to when he sees me next.
Elizabeth Cross reporting. I'm pleased to say that we're working close to maximum capacity at the present time. All flora is healthy and thriving, and food yield has created a surplus. I was going to pass the surplus on to the colony, but the captain has given a no-fly order. I want to note my opposition to that order. Everyone knows they're in trouble down there, and I don't see what denying them our surplus will achieve.
Alright, so we have, see, the botanical officer is clearly a sympathetic, virtuous human. Science provides bounty. That's definitely bounteous. Space malaise. It's just a bunch of... bodies clogging up the entrance to the restroom there. This kind of makes me want to watch that old Ren and Stimpy bit, Space Madness again, which on Ren and Stimpy's music albums, both of which I had in the day, they had, I think they had that skit as an audio skit featured. Anyway, that Space Madness skit and some version of footage from this would be a pretty fun mashup. So, if one of those necro makers shows up, my tail is covered. Ah! Nope, just the gross little bugs. That's gruesome. And that's gross. Alright, Ripper could be doing a little more work here, given the incredible volume of ammunition it seems to want to give me. Holy cow. I don't think I used the Ripper this much. But if I have that much ammo in his favor, maybe I better start. One thing I like about the Ripper's design, I do like that the reticle has kind of got a hip fire positioning, as opposed to the shoulder fire of the space pistol and the crossbow fire there. This is fingers? Interesting. Here on the USG Ishimura, we use hydroponic technology and organic plant cloning to grow produce as high quality as that on planet Earth. Our plants are delicate and pH sensitive, so please take care where you step and keep clear of all contaminants. Users should be mindful of the volatile chemicals and varying gravity. Alright.
Watering cycle initiated.
See, that's an environmental jump scare that's a little more justified than just a door slamming in your face. Good work, guys. Oh no, is that Hammond? I guess I'm not going to just shoot a Ripper blade over at it. Or am I? Nope, it doesn't let me.
Isaac. Good to see you in one piece. Don't take your helmet off. The air's rotten. I gotta look at it. It's huge. You won't believe it. Shut itself in food storage. Crew that was on this deck, I think they're what's poisoning the air. They've been transformed. I saw one of them. Bloated, swollen. The poison factories. We need to take them out where we can still breathe.
Hammond! I thought you were dead.
Oh, cool.
You need to get to cleaner air. You're not going to be able to...
I can see it from Hammond's point of view. That's neat.
Isaac, I'm scanning the area now. He's right. There's something really big in food storage. But I can't get a good scan. Monitor readings are off the scale. Be careful.
I feel like I kind of want to help Hammond. But I guess that's not to be.
storage. But I can't override the integrity lockdown. You have to destroy the pods to bring the air quality up. Then you can go through and use the poison on the Leviathan.
Okay, so I got many objectives. And then I can proceed. Let's see, what kind of shopping can I do? Kind of wondering if I want to use a flamethrower. Flamethrower does seem like a good choice at this point. Oh, I got the contact gun, and I meant to get the force gun. Okay, see, I thought I got the shotgun, but I didn't, in fact. Okay. I bet that's going to be really good for those little creepy crawlers.
I suppose I should be glad that Ham's alive, but I still don't trust him. I think he's hiding something about the marker.
Is that a one-time thing, or are you coming back with that? Okay, you're coming back with it. Oh, great. I've needed this. Just kind of close that door for safety's sake. There we go. Good. Good, good, good. Alright. I can upgrade my HP, or I can really upgrade this thing. So, decisions. I think I want to do this. Maybe I wanted to do capacity instead of that, but that's fine. That's fine. I feel good about committing to that. I feel I should have at least one gun that is at max, or as close to max as possible. See, that's good stuff. I do not believe you are dead. I really like the play dead behavior that the necromorphs have. Although I guess I could have just thrown this at them. Oh well, that is for another day. I like how sneaky they think they are. I think it is cute. Yeah. Trying to get to that explosive canister so I could save on some ammo here. Like that. I feel pretty good about that usage. Oh, this is a corner. Oh God, one behind me. Jesus. No, 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 around the corner. Come on, you dork. Oh crap, I hear something behind me. Oh, that's one of the humans up there generating spores. I noticed during that fight, you could hear like, yeah, you can hear monkeys and jungle animals and stuff, like birds and the like. I guess because it's a natural environment and yeah, they added forest animal sounds in here. All right. Chicken? I did not hear a chicken. However, yesterday, I've mentioned in a few other places that I'm kind of working on a personal Unity project to familiarize myself with Unity a little bit better. It's kind of a walking sim as a way of figuring out something simple to make and also something where I can kind of get a little bit of writing in. And I was adding a cube as a placeholder, and a Twitch stream that I was listening to had this out-of-place chicken sound effect, and it happened to coincide at exactly the moment that I interacted with this cube, and I think I wasted about, I want to say about 15 minutes trying to figure out figuring out where I had put a chicken sound effect in my project, because that is exactly the kind of thing that I would do, and exactly something that I had not done. So.
Replacing nutrient vat.
What does that do? So yeah, I was hunting for a chicken that did not exist. Oh.
Warning. Toxics detected in atmosphere processing. A repair technician has been notified.
I like parsing it as a chicken. Yeah, still with the bird sound effects. Oh, good. Something swallowed. Oh. I guess it doesn't want me to do anything on this deck, but I am gonna explore. Scorch. And those are no longer threats. Jesus. Oh, God. It was indeed a smart thing to preemptively dismember those bodies. Whew. No drops from the QTE killed one? Looks like no. Oh, that's nifty. Let's go ahead and use that. Well, alright, so that's too close. It's one of the first times, one of the only times I can think of where I've died and I conspicuously have health left. I guess, yeah, usually they wait for you to have 0 health before you're that vulnerable to, you know, getting sliced in two. But I guess there are exceptions for everything, huh? Alright. There we go. Let's see, was that the first time I encountered one of those? Yes. Yeah. Like, man, if I do not have the opportunity to use an explosive enemy's explosive bit as an environmental weapon. Opportunity missed. But no, they saw that coming. Great work. Okay, those are all the same color. More Ripper Blades. Yeah, still, just a ton of those things.
Entering 0 gravity.
Wonder... how... Oh, okay, there we go. Whoop. I don't think I've fought these things in 0G before. But here we are. Fella's just enjoying flying back and forth. Woo! Goodbye, chicken. You're out of clock. Yeah. So I opened that thing, which was on the ceiling, and oh, I probably have to go through that thing as well. So do zip over here. Gotcha. And got you. Though I don't rightly know if I am on the ceiling or the floor at this point. I do know that I am hurting.
Exiting zero gravity.
Okay, so I don't believe...
Entering zero
Okay, this is not where I started. Okay.
Exiting zero gravity.
Let's see if they will let me carry this between areas. All right.
Warning. Air filtration system still active. Entering filtration tube is extremely hazardous.
I would like to fire this at something and make it go boom, please. Well, let's see. I have to just drop that, leave that here. Okay, go down.
Hello? Hello, security? Thank God. This is Dr. Cross in hydroponics. I'm trying to locate second engineer Jacob Temple. I can't get through to engineering. Of course I know there's a shipwide medical alert. That's why I'm trying to locate him. No, we're safe for now, but the tram is down and we can't reach the escape pods. Hello? Hello?
Oh no, did I lose my... Oh wait, there's a ton of them here. I guess that is less the prize that I thought it might be. And a lot of stasis recharge. So... probably gonna use that. Excuse me. Alright, so those are only going to be open for a little bit. Did that get it? It did. So where's the next one? Oh, there's one. Does that... Nope, it does not shut it off. What if that means that there's a third one in here? If I shoot enough of those break... Oh, God. Nice. Let's throw him into the furnace. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that opened that door. I see. Okay, I probably have to do a dash through these doors to the other side. So I open this one. This one's open. I'm running through here. I'm running through here. Cool. Let's see, I've got a ton of these things. This is super gross. Let's do this. Excellent. That turned out better than I thought it would. Yeah, I was hoping to see it get vaporized too. It looks like the force of that thing just kind of shoved it to the side, kind of like the anti-gravity wells. Morbidly curious if there's any kind of any goodies around here, but not that curious. So that's 2 of the 3. We got 1 more left. Now, for a second, they looked like one of those white plastic patio chairs, which would admittedly be a fantastic thing to see in space. Just once, no context given, just in this room. That someone apparently wanted one of those from home. I kind of vaguely hear voices in the sound design for those flames, which is an interesting choice if true. That definitely would take something that is simply industrial and environmental and add an almost demonic, satanic edge to it.
Warning, 10 kiloton mass detected in food storage.
I do hear very distant singing. Distant in the sense of low radio volume, sort of in the background of the static, like a signal that's being pushed out by noise. Later. Back to the monkey sound effects. Yeah. Go, 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 go! Oh! Whoa, what are you doing, dude? Run! Okay. I don't know if there's like a... Is that like an ability that the enemy had or something? I was definitely running like I was on a treadmill there for a second. Whew. Like that right there. I don't know what's going on. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a property of like some of the tiles, and maybe not an intended one. Nope. This is what I would like to use. Go, go, go! There we go. At last, the monkeys are quiet, which, given, I mean, it's environmental, and if you're trying to place it literally, it's kind of silly, but the fact that Isaac is hallucinating a lot of noises makes that plausibly a source of the sort of out-of-context animal noises. There we go. Good. Any treasure here? No. Do I replace? No. Thought now might be the time to replace that canister, but it seems not. Oh wow, there's more than 3. See, like right there, like that. What's up? Oh wow, I wonder if... Oh, this is me pressing diagonal. That's what's going on. There's something weird with the momentum if I try to move diagonally to the left. Interesting. See this way? Yeah. I guess in a fantasy context, that's interesting. That's a type that shows up in fantasy. Like a lot of times, your wizards or your summoners, right? You got to go around and kind of take care of them because they're putting a curse or a hex on the area. Seems like there's definitely an overlap there. Thank you. I wonder what is on the 3rd floor that I did not go to. Yep, he's a big fella.
Replacing nutrient vat.
So this is where I had my big journey through the 2nd floor, and I don't think I've been up here. Okay, yeah, this was a smart detour. Plenty of goodies. And a ruby semiconductor. Why, thank you. All right, worthwhile detour. very slow, creaky space mechanism. Has not been serviced since Earth. Yep. Also a good context-free jump scare. I guess that might be the big Plant 42 flesh thing menacing me. Excuse me. Oh, I don't think I've been through this door. Have I? Well, looks like this place is pretty well looted, so I'm gonna say I have. I do, however, have another power node that I can apply, so that's the, I think it's a smart thing to do. No, you're right. He definitely over-prioritizes his well-being. If he were an engineer worth a name, he'd be solving problems. And not just his own. Kinesis range, that doesn't seem very necessary. Rig HP seems important. Stasis duration seems important. Yeah, let's invest in this. Stasis increase to 1 level on each attribute is going to be the next goal there. What's Hammond doing? Can I go shopping? Can I sell this ruby semiconductor? I can. And this seems like a fine way to get the power nodes I need to upgrade that stasis. Let's go do it. So this seems to make sense, duration. Next power node's going to go to energy, and I will consider that sufficiently upgraded for where I am in the game. Based on the volume of ammunition of the Ripper that this game is giving me, I mean, if I'm thinking about this strategically and min-maxing, that is definitely the way to go. To upgrade that weapon. But that also seems really easy, and unbalanced, I don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, I kind of want to sell... Nope. There. Maybe porting that over would have been a wise thing to do. Thanks for coming out, Iceman Dan. It's always great to see you, and yeah. You have a good night. Oh, I gotta do this for the other side too? Let's see. Professor Jagerwald, Hunter's Forest. Elizabeth, no doubt you're aware the organic growth... It's a long one. Organic growth found in some parts of the ship. They examined the substance and thought the results could interest you. Cells... Oh, I was curious to see if it would disappear and reappear, like the transmissions, but no, in fact.
Hello?
How do I get it back?
Hammond!
Oh, interesting. So this was directed at Hammond.
Hammond! I thought you were dead. You need to get to cleaner air. You're not going to be able to help Isaac.
But I can see it in mine.
Isaac, I'm scanning the area now. He's right. There's something really big in food storage. But I can't get a good scan. Monitor readings are off the scale. Be careful.
That's interesting. There doesn't seem to be... It looks like Hammond did not actually say anything that was indicated by a gap, that something that she would be responding to in that. Cells most closely resemble bacteria with viral behavior. Like bacteria, the organism infects other cells through osmosis, then mutates and reproduces agamogenetically. There we go. That's how you put those sounds together. What's amazing is the speed at which it grows. A single bacterium reproduces 20-fold in just 1 minute. I've never seen anything like it. I won't stake my reputation on it, but I think this may be a genuine alien life form. Professor Hawley theorizes that it's a habitat transformer. Levels of gaseous output are tremendous, which is why it smells so bad, but to what end we simply don't know. By all the rules of horror, irony, Dr. Heinrich Jagerwald is certainly one of those gross things. All right. Oh. Well, I guess it can do that. Oh, I hope that it doesn't load from the save point, because that is a ways back. Okay. Good. Just here. In fact, the majority of lost time went toward reading that text log. That was the thing's attack. It apparently has some sort of spiky spear thing that comes out of its central aperture and then slices off Isaac's head. There are certain attacks that appear to be one-hit kills independent of the health, and there are certain attacks that, when your health is at 0, become one-hit kills. And it's interesting to see where the different ones lie. Like how earlier I noticed that oh wow. Like I just scored a goal going between the two of them. Oh, that did it. Yeah, I could have sworn I was supposed to cut off all of them, but I guess not. I would very much love some plasma gun energy. Ah, God! That's a quality jump scare. Okay, good. Ammunition that is not Ripper Blades. Could use a heal up there. Refilled a glow stick that is my health.
Vegetative anomalies detected in the East Grove chamber.
This should be it. Big fella should be in here. Oh, I bet enemies I encounter in here are going to be cursed.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Perfect. I am sure glad that I upgraded my stasis. I feel like I should... I'm not sure what kind of feedback I'm getting that I'm actually hitting that thing in its, like, its vitals. So I'm going to switch weapons here. Okay, good. That did it. That's the thing about the Ripper, that is a strange weapon. It is a good sort of DPS weapon, but I'm not 100% sure when I'm actually hitting something, and when I'm doing that sustained damage. Great, more Ripper Blades. No, that enemy has shown up. It showed up as a sub-boss on the bridge, which would have been, we covered that last stream. Oh, gross. And I think there was even a moment where I had to fight two of them at once. So I'm surprised that I only had one this time through. Maybe the tight corners is kind of the thought behind varying that up so that it's a different kind of challenge. There we go. Oh, good. Absolutely can use that. Oh, I could have just gone through there. I see. No jungle noises during enemy attacks this time through, I'm noticing. Guess this is maybe a little too gross for jungle noises. To feel like the right call. Now, what does this do?
Replacing nutrient vat.
What?
Replacing nutrient vat.
Does that do? I'm not entirely sure what that just did. And yes, no, the monkeys being dead is, that makes sense. I gotta say, I'm actually surprised the monkeys got on board in the first place, and kudos to them for making it as long as they did. But that time is over. Wait a minute. Did replacing that canister kill one of those things? I think it might have. Was one of the because I noticed when I replaced that that big canister, it went into the limited air moment of his suit, and then I replaced it again and it went away. Maybe I'm wrong. Interesting. I wonder what the rationale is behind my oxygen turning on when I start switching that through. Why do I think so? Do you mean, like, why do I think that one of those monsters was in the container? Oh, it's because the here, I'll show you. So my thinking was this. I go over here and I replace the feeding system and my oxygen turns on and I see the kind of like yellow gaseous spore-like stuff sort of floating up. And I thought that happens mainly when I'm around one of the things that is causing the air pollution. So I thought that maybe by installing one of them, maybe like one of them was inside here. Oh, wait. I'm not totally off base. Huh. I wonder if there's a puzzle here. Ah, there is. That's it. It opens up, and that makes the spores pop out, and that's why my oxygen comes on. Interesting. I can hit him from here. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Cool. Yeah, the progress of science. You know, sometimes I think that maybe my sharing my internal monologue, entertaining as I hope it is, sometimes the least generous reading of that would just be chatter. But in this case, it actually was showing the process of a problem being solved. Nice. And thank you for asking that question, because if you hadn't, I would have gone back to look.
Dr. Cross reporting. Something huge just slammed into the hole near food storage. It wasn't a rogue asteroid. I know what that sounds like. But it was big and heavy. I'll report again when I know more.
Alright. I got these fellas. Let's see what this does for me. Maybe there will be an enemy that I can fire this at in here. Oh, nice. Power node. I bet there's a long hallway with something gross and villainous in it. Ah, Jesus! This thing again. Where are my aiming reticles? Whew. Whew, that caught me off guard. Very good. It is not back there. Is that a healing item? No, no, that is the sign to the next room.
This is Temple, acting chief engineer. I came down here to find Dr. Elizabeth Cross, but she's not here. In fact, I can't find anyone, just more of this organic shit everywhere. I'm going to check the mining deck. It's about the only place I haven't looked yet.
I think that if I were recording an audio log, however tempered by the rigors of space I might be, I would probably be a lot more verbally grossed out at the organic stuff myself. I wonder if I can use the stasis on that monster that grabbed me with a tentacle.
Entering zero gravity.
I like this Silent Hill Otherworld kind of approach, where you go through a level and it looks like one thing, and then you go through it again and suddenly there's a corrupted version of it. I think that's kind of cool. Gonna help this guy out. Because I'm pretty sure that whatever his aspirations in life were did not include whatever that is. Not looking for those space chickens coming to cluck at me. Oh, that looks bad. That also looks like not a surface I should jump to. So, how does this look? Oh, I see. Okay, so I slow that down, and then I make my way through, and that definitely seems to mean, like, give me an advantage with the stasis endurance increase. So... let's get over here and take a look. Ah, okay. Knew it. I like the almost cartoony sound effect that these things have when they shoot their bullets at you. Kind of like an old Looney Tunes style gunshot. Like a bullet ricochet sound effect. So that's where I just came through. There you are. Oh. These things are tough to kill when they are on the walls. And they are not lining up nicely for my line gun. See, like that right there, it apparently is making contact, but I don't get enough visual grossness to let me know that all the time.
Isaac, I've been reading these reports. The crew all began having mass hallucinations, and well, I just saw my brother on a security monitor, and that's just not possible.
Cool. So, is there a way out? Oh, great. Or Ripper blades. Is there a way out on this level? Excuse me, like there was on the last one? I don't see it. So, just making sure before I backtrack. Oh, cool. Didn't know that, but it makes total sense that they would have those moving three-dimensionally up the walls to account for the 3D movement in the zero gravity spaces. Let's get the heck over here. Good. Very good.
Exiting zero gravity.
Excuse me. I'm going the right way. Good. Thank you. Alright. Surely this thing can't try to grab me twice. Yes, I think you're right. The sort of ribbed exoskeletal aesthetic does contrast very nicely with the organic, asymmetrical goopiness of the place. Which is, it's interesting because the interior structure itself sort of reflects that ribbed Gothic design. And so to have the fleshiness kind of superimposed over that creates a feeling of, I don't know, a feeling of intrusion, right? Because that symmetry is sort of overwhelmed by the asymmetrical. Hold on a sec. So, there's that. Let's see how long that lasts. Let's see, is that everything? That should be all of them. In fact, it is. Oh, great. I feel like if I worked at it a little harder, I could find that right balance, that right sweet distance that I need from the enemies for the Ripper, because it's like kind of like a perfect medium range weapon in the sense, because it if you fire it at close range, it actually fires through whatever you're trying to hit and therefore doesn't do any damage. Oh, it's not gone. It's down here, chewing on the microphone cord. This is such a fantastic cat. She just is a little rough to have around electronics because she knows how to poke them to get attention. And so has to be put up here. If you can entice her with the eagle eye view. There we go. So do I have any power nodes? I've got 2 power nodes. I can apply those quite nicely. Good. I want to keep upgrading this, but I gotta say, I am a little overwhelmed with the Ripper blades, and I'm wondering if I put the Ripper away as a weapon, if it will stop giving them to me, because it's no longer an active weapon in my inventory. And I think I'm gonna try that. So, excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she's a wonderful cat. I think that.
Isaac, where are you? Help me.
I like how this reveal about the hallucinations midway through it recontextualizes something that's been a part of the game since the very beginning, right down to the hero's sort of like, you know, save the princess motivations that now makes you question the reality of all that. And I think that's good. I think it's neat. But yeah, anyway, she was a shelter adopted cat. I think she must have had something in her background where she was, I don't know, stuck in a bathroom or stuck on the other side of a door, maybe away from her mom or something. And just very unfortunately, this results in her, even when she is around somebody that she wants to be around, trying to get through a door or get through an obstacle or something, if she's feeling anxious, which often enough happens when it's raining. She doesn't like that. I do like the saw blade thing, but it's just giving me a little more. I like to vary up my weapons, and it's giving me a little more. It's giving me a little more Ripper blades than I'm really interested in using. So I want to see if I can swap that out. Anyway, the cat can be kind of needy, and I try to think from her perspective why that might be. And feel bad for her. Alright, so let's take the shotgun, and let's buy a power node. Okay, cool. Shotgun is there now. So now that I've upgraded the kinesis, I think now is a pretty good time to start upgrading my rig again. I don't need the air, but I think the HP boost will be wise, given that on at least a couple of occasions now, I have gotten down to like 1 HP. This game does something that I think is that I welcome on a hard mode, which is that it if you take enough damage, it will give you that sort of bloodied state where you can come back and have one more chance on your last leg to make it, where you've got just like 1 HP.
Flushing all air vents. Restoring nitrogen and oxygen levels. Food storage lockdown lifted.
All right. Here we go. Oh, that's great.
log, this is Dr. Cross. It's hard for me to believe what I'm seeing here. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to the mining deck. I hear that's where survivors are gathering. Jacob, I'll wait for you there.
And it would be wise to store my Ripper Blades somewhat anticlimactically to do inventory management, but this is where we are. If I find extra ammo in whatever fight I'm going into, I probably don't want to spend time mucking around in my inventory to get that sussed out. Good. Very good. Gross. See, if this is on the 360 and Microsoft has come out with its new console, I think this does this qualify as retro now? I think it well might.
Unknown antigen injected into the filtration system.
Damn it. The poison wasn't strong enough. It's still alive. Get in there and kill it before it contaminates the entire ship.
I think it's neat how they took the they basically took the Plant 42 beat from Resident Evil and just made it gross flesh monster, and now it's fresh and context appropriate.
Entering zero gravity.
Let's see what else is there to prep with. If I fire this. Oh wow, that's huge and gross. Did that kill me? No. Okay, so I need to, when it swings down, I need to hop to another wall, anti-gravity style. Like this. Nifty. Whew. Oh, the little bulb is exposed for a little while as it's going back in, and that's probably my ideal time to kill it. So now, if I grab this, that's the smart money. Where you at? Ah, I'm whiffed. Oh, that actually hurt me. Grab this. Can't jump there. I'm just looking for anything that's an explosive at this point. But I think I've used them all. Go, go, go! I like the music for this boss fight. Maybe I shouldn't have complimented it. It just ended. Okay, I fire it back. I feel like I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to do. But I'm not sure I am. I think I need much more ammunition for my point and shoot guns rather than my area of effect guns. Oh, by retro I mean, I see what you mean. Now, by retro I mean this game and this on this console, which, I mean, would be a justification for why they're remaking it, right? Oh, cool, I can move like that. Alright, that seems to have done something. At least it gets angry when I do that, and then it yells again. I'm pretty sure it's generating items, but I'm not sure how, where, or under what rationale. Hey, kiddo. There we go. Come on. As Isaac has to deal with the unfortunate handicap of his decision-making apparatus being distracted by a cat pulling wires out of a computer. Yeah, hold on. Hey. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on, you. Say goodnight, Skylight. Good night, Skylight. What matters is not that she is a good cat, but that she's given a chance. No, you're right. This might be one of the reasons why he's not taking credit for single-handedly saving the ship. I mean, he doesn't want to complain. Maybe this is just what you do. Doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of Hammond. But I would like some ammunition that I can use, but it's not really spawning any. And I'm not sure what I've done right. Maybe shooting that is what I needed to do? Is there something over here? No, it's just something in the background. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of in an unwinnable state right now. So I'm gonna wipe deliberately, and we're gonna see what that looks like. No, I just lose an arm, and that does me in. All right, so instead of shooting those things back, I'm just gonna strafe and avoid them, and then once they're gone and that pulsing thing in the middle is there, I'm just gonna shoot that. I encountered this with the tentacles, where I really want to use the explosive canisters to do the majority of the damage, and I think that's what they're there for. At the same time, the explosive canisters don't seem to be doing as much damage as my regular firearms, so it seems less efficient, and I kind of feel like that's kind of the same idea there too. I think they want me to shoot the projectiles back at the big glowy orange thing, and use that explosion to damage it, but I don't feel like I don't know if it's doing enough. And I've also seen a few of those things, once I fire them, kind of go behind the enemy model, which makes me not sure I'm supposed to do that either. So, yeah, we're figuring it out. So, okay, 16. Good.
Entering zero gravity.
Gonna take as much of this stuff as I can find before starting the boss fight proper. See anything else? Nope. All right, Ark, it's great to see you. I'll be out here again on Saturday evening, and thanks for coming out, and I hope you have a great day at work. That looks like that did something. Yeah, it looks like it has to be a direct hit with the canisters. Otherwise, there isn't really much splash damage. It's either a hit or not. Knock me back. Oh. There it is. I think I'm out of canisters, so time to use guns. There's this trumpet in the music for this fight that is doing a lot of work at certain points and makes me think that the rest of the orchestra is mainly there supporting it. There we go. There's another canister. Now, strategy number 2. Avoid, and then shoot. Yeah, that's doing it. This might be a waste of time. In fact, it is. That's 3 hits. We're dealing with number of hits or max HP here. Looks like maybe max HP instead of number of hits. Because that's number 4. Okay, so I have 2 opportunities to shoot it. Once when it opens up, like right now, and then again, and then after it's done firing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no, with this ammo? Are they gonna give me an ammo drop? Oh, ha! It hits its own limbs. So I'm going to regard the tentacles as a distraction at this point. And keep firing at the thing in the middle. And just really hope that it's going to drop some ammo that I can use. Because if it doesn't, I think I might need to die and then just buy a ton of ammo at the store. Which I think is what I'm going to have to wind up doing. Oh, okay, I see. I can... No way! Is the flamethrower ridiculously good against it? It is. Who knew? All right. Okay. So buy a bunch of pew pew ammunition and lean on the flamethrower for the first phase. And that might get us what we need. As far as the bosses go in this game, this kind of surprising difficulty spike. I mean, it's fine and it's solvable, and I actually think that on the whole it's quite fair. It's just requiring me to be a little mindful of what I'm doing. So let's see. I can sell that. I can sell that. And yeah, let's sell that. Okay, so that's 29 shots. Should be pretty good. A lot of flamethrower ammunition. Should be also good. I don't need the air canister, so let's drop that. And one more of those. All right. That seems doable. Let's go ahead and save just in case I need to create a checkpoint so I don't have to do that again if I die. Alright, flamethrower, your time has come. Oh, neat. The flamethrower's got the same shoot from the hip animation as the Ripper does. last time there was a lot more offered right out of the gate. As far as ammo and health and stuff goes. Weird. Well, there we go. Okay, I gotta be right out in this core to do that. Well, that didn't go well. I still think the plan is sound. It's just a matter of executing it. Yeah, good. I created that checkpoint. Maybe stasis. Maybe I can use stasis during this boss fight. I certainly have enough of it. Yeah, if I can use that to leave it exposed and then just use sustained damage, that might be a viable approach. I got turned around, okay. No, stasis does not work. I wonder if it's worth just taking all that damage for this opportunity. Oh wow, that actually destroyed it in one go. That's cool. Alright, so this puts me at its base. In time to do some serious damage. Oh, alright! That just dematerializes it. That's super useful. This is good. This is good. Maybe I can use these canisters now. shoots its 5. We should be pretty close to the next phase by now. Or not. Oh wow, it just continues to sustain damage. There we go. Let's see, can I get you with the flamethrower? No. I've only got 28 shots left, and I hope that is enough to kill this thing. Because this is a right proper endurance match. Can I get you? Yes. Let's get the heck out of there. Oh, go, 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 go! Saw a health item lying around here. I really don't want to die at this point. Ah, oh no, no, no. Can I grab it? All right, where is it? Oh, I don't want to die. Because this takes forever. No splash damage whatsoever. It's killing me. This thing. Six shots left. Whoop. I thought that thing was going to attack me, but no. Got 2 shots left. I've also got my line gun, so that's something. Oh, that hurt. That's all my health. Oh no. Just swallowed that one right up. So I am out of everything that I need to do this. See if this shotgun range weapon can do anything for me. The answer is absolutely not. Yeah, nothing there either. All right, well, that absolutely wipes out all of my resources, and I'm tired. And I don't understand how to beat this boss. So I'm going to take a break for the night, and we'll pick this back up with this boss on Saturday. Going to probably start around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, thanks to everyone for coming out. Iceman, Dan, and Ark, always great to talk with you. And yeah, see you on Saturday. really want to look up how to do that, but I also kind of don't. We'll see.